Hi, my name's Keith Cooper from Northlight Images, and this is about a new printer that Canon have just announced. Now, a lot of people have asked me, and I couldn't say anything specifically after the Canon PRO-200 was updated to the 200S, mainly changes with wireless communications and a few other bits and pieces, whether the PRO-300 would be getting the same treatment. Well, yes, the PRO-300 has been updated, but in a slight twist, it is not the 300S, it is the PRO-310. What's the difference? Well, I've got a load of the basic differences here. First of all, and this should probably come as no great surprise, the 310 uses the ink set that is found in the PRO-1100 and the larger format printers from Canon. That's the Lucia Pro 2 ink set. So all of what you read about the benefits of the PRO-2600, 4600 when it came out, or the PRO-1100 versus the 1000, all of these apply to the new 310, PRO-310. It is exactly the same in many respects. It still takes the same sort of cartridges. It still has 10 cartridges. The inks have been modified. They are the new inks. Now, the question lots of people are going to ask me, and unfortunately, no, you cannot transform your 300 into a 310 just by using the inks from it. I don't guess too many people are going to be surprised, disappointed maybe, but not surprised, as there's quite a bit of Canon info, and I will be doing some more detailed testing of this. Amongst the features that Canon are sort of putting forward for it are obviously the new inks, but I notice something that wasn't really emphasized with the PRO-1100. They're saying the new higher color magenta ink increases vivid deep pinks, burgundy colors and things. Now, you may remember that some initial reports for the PRO-1100 showed absolutely astonishing differences in the quality of deep blues from the 1100 compared to the 1000. Now, that was pretty firmly down to somebody not using the printer properly or setup issues of something. The differences just are not there that much. But it's interesting to see that in this particular printer, they're pointing out to the changes in intensity of colors. Also, there is a new print quality setting available, which apparently much reduces bronzing on glossy papers. Now, these are Canon promotional documents. These are sales guys, so I won't be publishing these directly. Canon are okay with me using this information, but I won't publish this, not least of all because it was written in Japan and they're full of spelling mistakes, but we won't go into that. Anyway, so that's it. We've got bronzing addressed, we've got colors, the inks changed. Also, another bit that I picked up on, that a range of print sizes available in the printer are different. Now, they have added an 11-inch by 14-inch print size, a 9-inch by 13-inch print size, and a 13 by 19 Super B print size. Now, 13 by 19, isn't that the same as A3 Plus? I mean, I've got lots of 13 by 19 prints. I've done, various things, and they all work. I'll have to have a look and see what the actual difference is, probably a millimeter or two perhaps, between A3 Plus, which is not a proper A standard anyway, and 13 by 19. I thought they were the same. We'll have a look and see. Now, also, borderless options have been expanded. At last, you can print borderless on A5. That's half an A4 sheet. Also added are B4, B5 for borderless printing. Legal 8.5 inch by 14 inches added as a borderless print size. 13 by 19, once again that A3 Plus Super B, whatever you like to call it, that's also borderless. And 11 inch by 14 inches borderless. Quick bit inserted into the video afterwards. I forgot to mention it, as well as the new paper sizes, the maximum print length of the Pro-310 is increased to 1.8 meters. I will have a go and have a look at making some long prints as well. I'm not going to do it in quite as much detail as I did the original Pro-300 review, but I will be doing quite a lot of coverage of it. Yes, forgot that one, so back to what I said before. So those are the key differences between it. There will probably be the same comms differences and a few other bits and pieces. So yes, it's an all-new printer, but it's not really an all-new printer. But it's a bit more of a refresh than the 200 to 200S, which have got the same inks in it. So it's that. So what do we got here? Is this a 310? No, this is the 300 that I tested a long while ago. You wouldn't, if I had a 310 here, you wouldn't have seen any difference, I don't think. I will put the two next to each other. Canon are going to bring me a Pro-310 to test at some point in the future. Shouldn't be too long because I'm going to swap it out for the Pro-1100 I've been testing. I've pretty much done my testing on that. But the key thing is, this is a Pro-300. I will have a Pro-310. I will be doing profiling on this and profiling the same papers on the 310. So all of that profiling data, as ever, I will make available. One other thing, if you've got a 300 and you get a 310, you'll need all new profiles for it. The profiles are different. They are not interchangeable, and nor are Pro-1100 profiles usable on the 310. You know, they're not the same thing. So there you have it. Yes, a Pro-300 or 310. Yeah, this is the 300. Looking forward to it. Some interesting tests because it's not often I have two models available with the same papers, and this is very important. I can test on the same paper. I can measure using the same measuring equipment and everything like that, and that means the data I get should be a lot more robust than me comparing a Pro-1100, the one I've got downstairs in the kitchen, with the Pro-1000 that I last reviewed in 2015 or something like that. Things change. By having the two of them together, I will be able to do a pretty definitive comparison of what the differences and the similarities are. And so if you're interested in the technical side of the inks, it could also be of interest if you're wondering what the differences are between the Pro-1000 and the Pro-1100. Because I wasn't able to nail that down with actual data. With this I will. Anyway, there you go. One other bit. This printer has been sitting, I've used this one on and off since I tested it. I don't use it often, and in fact I had left it since well, about 8 or 9 months. I gave it a dust. It'd been covered, but I gave it a blowout with an air blower. I switched it on, it did lots of agitating various things. Threw an error, says no, there's a fault. I switched it off, I switched it on again, it did a bit more whirring. I did a nozzle check, everything was perfect apart from the grey. I did a clean, then I left it for about 5–10 minutes, did another nozzle check, some of the grey was working. It took a total of 6 nozzle checks, and that's not using much ink, and that's on plain paper here, to get this printer from not being used to working perfectly. So there you go. If you're curious about how long, there are many printers. This P5000, for example, I don't like leaving 2 weeks without using it. That's not because this is better than that. This is a completely different, this is a pro level printer. This one here, yeah. So anyway, I also have a set of inks for this one so that I can fire it up and do some profiling. Anyway, questions welcome, just let me know. Thanks again. Bye.